Good morning, good morning. Are we here? Yes, yes, yes. Good morning. Welcome to Glow and Grow. My apologies for yesterday. As you can hear, I am nasal. And by all means, I meant to come on last night, but it just was not happening. I actually just passed out last night after I put the kids to bed. But we are here. Welcome to Glow and Grow. Today is Tuesday. And the message for today is for those of you who are, if you are waiting for an apology, if you feel like it's hard to get to peace. I've heard people say that, I want to move on, but they did so much, they don't even have the decency to apologize. I understand that we were raised that way, right? If we look back to our childhood, we were taught, say you're sorry, and it would make us feel so good if we were to hear an apology. And you also think, well, I would, if it were me, I would apologize. But I want you to keep in mind, right, when you are talking about coming out of a toxic and narcissistic relationship, when you understand the nature of these people, and if you probably do, if you don't, watch some of my videos where we talk about how they function, how they think. If you were to get an apology, it would not be genuine anyway, right? Because they don't have the capacity to really reflect and take accountability. So my message for you today is, if you are still in a toxic and narcissistic relationship, or you're coming out of one, whatever it is, and you just want to find peace. I know what that feels like. I've been there. Besides being a mental health professional, besides being a coach, I've been in it myself, and I know what it's like to just want peace. You're tired, you feel drained, you want peace, and you might think an apology might help you to get that peace. Okay? But if anything, the apology is going to open the door to more pain, because that means you still have contact with them. That means they still have influence over you. That means they still have an impact on you. Okay? What I encourage you to do today for Glow and Grow is that you start to apologize to yourself. Excuse me. And this is not coming from a place where you are beating up on yourself, where you are, blaming yourself per se, but we do have to take accountability. I had to do the same thing. I had to say, Nailah, I am sorry for ignoring the red flags. I am sorry for thinking that I can control someone else. Yes, you are powerful. Yes, you can set goals and accomplish those goals, but you cannot do it for another person. You understand? I had to work on myself to make sure that I change the way that I approach relationships. I change the way that I set boundaries. I change my standards for people having access to me, right? So that is the apology that you want to give yourself. I'm sorry that I didn't know better. I'm sorry that I made this wrong decision. Is it the end? No, right? I have to learn and I have to grow from this. But apologize to yourself. Don't look for their apology. It's superficial, right? You want an apology because that's the way it's supposed to be. But when you're dealing with these types of people, toxic and narcissistic people, you can't deal with them based on how it's supposed to be. You have to deal with them for who they are. And that's actually everyone in life, not just toxic and narcissistic people, right? So that is my message for you today, is to focus on, don't look for an apology from them. Apologize to yourself for not knowing what you didn't know, for not doing better. And the only way that apology actually is going to be genuine when it's coming from you is when you start to also do the work, right? Because it's the same thing. If someone else apologizes to us, but they don't make the necessary changes to grow and to do better the next time, is the apology really even genuine, right? So it's the same for us. If we're going to apologize to ourselves for making the wrong decision, for putting ourselves in an unhealthy environment with an unhealthy person, for tolerating behavior and abuse that we should not have tolerated, for someone treating us the way we know we should not have been treated, if we're going to apologize to ourselves for that, in order to make it a genuine apology, that means now we need to do the work. And doing the work doesn't mean just letting time pass. Time does not heal all wounds. That's a lie. That's a myth. What are you doing in the time, right? What are you figuring out? Who was I then? What got me into that situation? What were my standards then? What was I looking for? What kept me there? And what parts of that do I need to change to make sure I don't end up there again? Right? Not all of me, but what parts of me need to change? Because it's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. These relationships are not coincidental, right? It's something about you that attracted them and that kept them. And it doesn't mean that it's bad. Usually it's good traits about yourself. It's great characteristics. But there's certain little tweaks we need to make in our standards and our boundaries, right? So make sure your apology is genuine by working on that, by figuring that out, so that you're not just moving on because time is passing, but you're moving on as a wiser, more evolved woman. All right? That is the morning message for today. I see a few of you here. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'm going to hop off. For those of you who are looking for support during the holidays, by the way, I do have a free group. This is not something I usually do, but for the holidays, it is my gift to my followers and subscribers. So you can go to Stronger in 30. That's 30. So StrongerIn30.com to get connected with me, okay? All right. You all have a blessed morning.